Hi, my name is Eva Van Houten, and I am a music instructor and TVI in training at the Texas School for the Blind and Visually Impaired. This is my second year at TSVVI, and I will finish my TVI certification next year, spring 2020. I noticed that there was the option of sharing something interesting from the module or a joke about eye anatomy. And since I love jokes, I decided to go with a joke. So my joke is bone doctor, both the bone doctor and an eye doctor tell jokes. The bone doctor's jokes are humorous, and the eye doctor's jokes are corny. Okay, so moving on, I'm going to go over my eye diagram, and I do have a bit of a cold right now, so I might be clearing my voice a few times, so excuse me for that. So here, I'm going to hold this up here so we can see. I'm going to start at the back of the eye. So this here is the sclera, and it's the this protective white fibrous outer layer of the eye. Okay, right here. And then next to it here we have the choroid, which is this pigmented layer, and it's between the retina and the sclera, and it contains mostly blood vessels which provide nourishment to the retina. Okay, so that's the choroid, and then of course here, this with all these little dots here, this is the retina. And so it's this inner lining of the back chamber of the eye, and it's what contains the photoreceptors, or the rods and cones. That's what receives the light rays and converts the light rays into electrical impulses, which in turn travel through the optic nerve and go to the brain where visual images are formed. Okay, so we got the retina, and now we have the macula. So the macula is this little curved area here, and it's near the center of the retina, and it consists of mostly cone photoreceptor cells, and it allows for high visual acuity. Alright, so macula, and at the middle of the macula here, or the center of the macula, is the fovea centralis. And that's the part of the macula where there's the highest concentration of cones, and it's actually only at this point where we have 20/20 vision. Okay, so let's see. Then we have here the optic disc. And the optic disc, which is also known as it's also a blind spot. It's a raised disc on the retina at the point of entry of the optic nerve. So it's like this space here, and so it's lacking visual receptors, which is what causes it to be the blind spot. Okay, so this here is the optic nerve, and it's a collection of fibers. It's what transmits those vision-related impulses to the brain from the retina. Okay, and now here we have this big white area, and this is the vitreous humor. And excuse me, the vitreous humor is this clear jelly-like substance, and it's what fills the back of the eye here behind the lens. Alright, so that's everything here in the back. Now we're going to move on to the front of the eye. Okay, so let's hold this here, we can see. So this is the ciliary body. So the ciliary muscles, they're the muscles that control the focus of the eyes by causing the lens to change shape. All right, now we have the the suspensory ligaments, which are long, thin fibers, and they're what connect the ciliary muscles to the lens. All right, and now we have the aqueous humor, and that's the clear fluid that fills the space in the front of the eyeball. So it's between the lens and the cornea, and it provides nutrition to other parts of the eye. Okay, let's see, there's that, and then of course this is the cornea, and the cornea is it's a transparent layer in the front of the eye. And it provides the focal strength of the eye, which is also called major refraction. Okay, so cornea, and then here we have the pupil, which is the space here, and the pupil is the opening in the iris where light enters the eye. All right, and behind the pupil we have the lens, and the lens changes shape, and it changes the focal distance of the eye by changing its curvature. Okay, so let's see, iris. Right here's the iris, and that's of course what gives the eyes the different colors. So it's flat. It's a flat membrane, and it has, the opening here is the pupil. So basically, what the iris does is causes the pupil to either become larger or smaller, which increases or decreases the amount of light that's allowed into the eye. All right, so lens, iris. All right, so I think this is next. The canal of Schlemm. And it's this circular canal, and it's what drains the aqueous humor. So it drains the aqueous humor from the anterior chamber into the veins, and which is what drains the eyeball. All right, so now we have the conjunctiva, and it's a mucous membrane that covers the front of the eye and lines the inside of the eyelid. Okay. So this is the conjunctiva right here. All right, and now let's see. All right, we got this area right here, and this is called the ora serrata. Excuse me. And it's the area in the inner eye here, where the retina ends and the choroid layer of the eye can be seen. So it's this area right here. Okay, so I think that's it. I think I covered everything. So I've enjoyed learning about eye anatomy so far, and I'm looking forward to learning more. Thank you.